Yeah, it's just, and dude, I'm playing soccer, bro. I'm trying to keep the only problem is I eat everything. Like there's no
Mhm.
diet, there's no distinction. If I see 7 donuts, I'll eat 7 donuts right now. You know what I mean? So I'm not out of shape. I don't have a big gut, but it would be starting to be a first trimester of a gut, but not like it's not jiggling, but it's not right. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
It's not right, but it's not awful. That's where
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
at.
yeah. I did. I started. I say gave up alcohol almost. On occasion, I'll have a drink. I'm not like I don't drink, but I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
really drink.
It's just
And
normal. Yeah.
yeah, just normal. And I don't really have. I can't say I watch my diet, but we don't really watch. We don't really eat too unhealthy. But again, like chips or popcorn or chocolate, like I'll eat those too. But since hitting the gym 3 days a week, nothing
Nice.
crazy. 3 days a week, an hour each time. I've lost about 10 pounds in the last 9 months, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd
So
love
I
to
had
do
to get
that.
in a bathing suit
Good on
because it
the
was falling
knees.
off.
Everything feels better when you're less weight.
Yeah.
And there's guys that are like, man, you could get big. I'm like, I like soccer. I want to look ridiculously undersized. It would look pathetic to you, but to me, I would be able to run for a full 90. And that's the route I would love to go. But I feel bad for myself. When I work long hours, you get home and you just don't want to jog. You just don't want to do
Mhm.
sit-ups and push-ups like I would do if I wasn't busy, you know?
Right.
But at least at work, I'm lifting heavy shit a lot and I'm keeping that kind of busy. But I believe that there is a mind body connection of healing.
Mm.
Many people that I remember it was like someone talking about the connection between depression and chronic illness is like 99%. Like people with depression, there is something that they're going to say, oh, my knee. Like there's going to be an injury that they're worshiping.
Mm.
And I believe that if everyone just pretends they're Wolverine with a superhuman healing factor, that your wounds will heal. And if you stay active, it's telling your body, hey, heal up, regenerate that cartilage because he's not done yet. Because
Mm.
I had the luxury of playing with guys for the last 20 years on our soccer team, the Durham Lions back home, with my best friend who's been running that team the whole time. He's an amazing soccer player. And we've noticed our friends that drop off the team, they'll be the guys that when we ask them after a game, like they'll have a full game, they'll have a good run, and then they'll let us know. They'll be like, I'm going to take the hammy, give it a rest next week. I'm just going to rest it. Anyone that says stuff like that, they drop off within a year. We don't kick them out. They just find a way to be injured and say, I can't sign up. I'm probably going to get surgery next year, but this year I'm just laying off. And they become 300-pound men and they never do it again. But the guys who are always there and their body never breaks down. And my old drummer is like 47, 48, and he outruns 20-year-olds. And the guys that stay with us the whole time, we're injured, but we still go. We still play on our injuries. We still just say, hey, don't make me last man back tonight because something's wrong with my leg.
Mhm.
But at no point will we consider not playing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's some connection with the body to the mind. That's as spiritual as I'll get for you. Where when the body is convinced you're going to keep using it, it keeps it ready. And people that give up, the body will say, okay, I'll do what you're saying. I'll degrade in that critical area because you're not using it. You're not putting any resistance to this. I don't know. And I did an interview with Dr. Patrick Phillips when I was trying to do a Rumble channel. I did do it. I'm proud of the stuff I did on it. But I interviewed him for like 3 hours. And he talked about the mind-body placebo effect. We were talking about COVID and the nocebo and how if you convince everyone that there's illness everywhere, they'll become ill just psychosomatically. And then he was mentioning the placebo effect and how he'd read a study about where he'd been part of a study at a hospital. I can't remember what he said, but anyways, it was a study, and I did look into it. I found the receipts on it. It was done, where they were doing total knee replacement surgeries, and total knee replacement surgeries have a success rate of 70%. And so what they did was a placebo control where they would cut open people's knees, not do anything, close them up, and those were the placebo knee replacements. And they had an identical 70% recovery rate for the placebo knees as the full replaced knees. So
Crazy.
What's that tell you guys? Just, I don't know what does it, but when you want your body to be used for something, it will regenerate like Wolverine.
Ignorance is bliss, right? It's like when you're driving your car or whatever, you take it to the mechanic for oil change or whatever reason. They're like, all the time, it's like, oh yeah, it just took this one bearing to like fall off and your whole car would have exploded. You would have slid off the road. And it's amazing that you're still alive all the time.
Yeah. But cars are inanimate metal. We are living cells that are susceptible to whatever placebo magic I'm mentioning to you. Okay. So don't degrade us to mechanical inanimate metal.
We're not just materialistic.
Unless you've been boosted with the latest injections, then you might have enough graphene oxide to be considered in your car analogy.